recap. We started last session with the last of the Gloomer fights. They were the last two creatures that we killed before coming back inside the city. And we helped the guard on the wall take down the last two. And then we went to the mill to turn in the heads and collect the reward. The guards took the Gloomer bodies to Michael, who is Mr. Magic Michael Dune, I wrote down, and he's like a charismatic wizard in the city, but also kind of recluse. And we touched the guards a little bit. And there were some people out despite the curfew. Pretty much all that happened at the mill. We didn't do a whole much there.
We decided on our name, right?
We did decide on our name.
You're right, that is a huge thing we did. That definitely should have been.
Death's Witness.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. Although I think Rita is still workshopping it in her mind.
No, not at this point.
Okay. Yeah, and then we went searching for Roland's sister.
That's right. We went through the rogues ward, stopped at both of the orphanages. There was a pickpocket who I think got a little bit of gold from Tarvik, maybe, and kind of got to confront them at Stone Community, or Tree Community, rather, Tree Community. We met Matron Meldeer at the Stone Community and Matron Glenez, I think, at the Tree Community. Was there a little kid that was missing an eye, like a little girl, that kicked an older boy in the nuts?
I didn't notice she was missing.
I don't remember missing an eye. So
did I just write that down randomly, DM? Was she missing an eye?
No, she was missing an eye, and she did kick the older boy in the nuts.
Gotcha. I remember that.
But I think we scared him straight. Deezer. He's a little bit of a dick. But hopefully no longer in the game.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one. Tarvik was napping outside. We got to see people. Eventually got back to my parents' house. And we eventually finally got kind of settled for the night. We did a sending to Galana, and she said, "Don't come back, stay hid and be safe." And we, obviously were very worried about that. And then we, Rita sending to what was it? Was it Brocknarg? And he said Darklings. Searching, stay away. And despite saying stay away, we might not stay away, but we did go ahead and take a long rest. And I think that's a good session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote some reminders. Get armor from Sunbursts. Check out the market board. Check out M&Ms.
I would also say the further reminders would be look for Hera and other missing children. Yeah. Talk to Magic Michael about the Gloomer threat. And yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Anything to add from Rita's perspective?
No. I finished. I think that I finished my the entry in my book about Gloomers.
Lovely. jumping right into the nighttime where you had just finished sending, and you heard some distress, but knowing that you didn't really have anything that you could do at the moment, you guys decided that the best course of action was to take a long rest and then figure out what you could do in the morning. So we start with your long rest. All of you have done that, right?
Yep.
You've done it on your
Yes.
shift. Okay, perfect.
I think so.
All right, so night goes by, and let's see, passive perception.
Oh, and we leveled up.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we did level up. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Big thing.
I reset some things, but not everything. I think it was the level up.
Level 8.
Level 8.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. As you all wake up, you hear like the gentle tweets outside of some birds and some of the light that shines through. All of you are just kind of stirring a little bit, maybe somewhat of an uncomfortable, slightly unrestful night's sleep, as there weren't any full beds, normal beds, but just kind of as many blankets and pillows as the Leodon residents had to kind of soften the cots that were provided, as the Leodons don't necessarily have normal human rest as they trance. But you all wake up a little bit and stir. The day is yours.
Oh, I definitely needed that rest.
For sure. Oh, alright.
Breakfast?
Are you all hungry?
Always.
Always.
Oh,
Go
actually,
raid.
Roland, since you were trancing, did you trance for 4 hours, or were you up for 4 hours and then you tranced? Or did you just kind of like trance the entire night to just kind of...
I'll say that I transferred 4 hours, and then I engage in some kind of nighttime ritual of what I normally do when I'm at the house and everyone else is sleeping and stuff like that. It was a little weird being home, but well, I don't know. I guess would I know that everyone else in my household is like up and awake after 4 hours, or do they also have like early morning rituals that are kind of private and take up the night?
So your mother, as soon as she finishes her trance, you know that she typically starts painting a little bit, or she looks outside and goes outside to the little backyard area that you have, and she kind of like just kind of looks out to get inspiration. Things relating to her art is what she does. When your father, quote unquote, wakes up from the trance, you know that he immediately starts like a very strict regimen of like wake up, prepare what needs to be done for the day, and then making breakfast for the family, and then doing some cleaning and doing a little bit more cleaning, a little bit of grooming. Like, he has a very strict regimen of just like getting prepared and then immediately doing work. Your sister, when she wakes up, she's more of a, it can vary depending on what she's feeling, what she's done previously, because sometimes she'll stay up late trying to help the neighborhood kids. So she has more of a flexible schedule. So she sometimes wakes up and goes out to seek out some of the kids that are still kind of meandering, making sure that they're safe, or preparing and going to the market early in the morning sometimes to see if she can get any discounted foods so that she can go ahead and provide extra for the orphanages and at school as well. Sometimes she'll just meditate or read or do a little bit of relaxing. So it varies in terms of her sense, but they all have kind of like a standard list of things that they tend to do. So like you would hear your mother, probably this night, you would hear your mother go into her art room, and then your dad would be like downstairs, just kind of making a little bit of noise, but quietly.
I'll get up and I'll go down and help my father and help them be a good host to the guests. Mm-hmm. Not really talking or anything, just spending time nearby doing some things.
Yeah, and he silently enjoys your presence, but doesn't outwardly show anything. And you're used to that with your father. He's like the strong, silent type who just kind of like does things. So you're just kind of meandering around him, helping him out. You hear your sister kind of rustle awake after her trance, and you hear kind of her like going to the bathroom and then going downstairs a little bit, saying hello to your father as a good morning, very standard in the household, to make sure that everyone greets each other, and then goes up back into her room and is just quietly there. Around, I would say, 6 a.m. in the morning, you hear a knock on the front door. Your father looks to you and says, "Expecting any visitors this morning?"
No, not in particular.
Just kind of nods to you and goes to the door. Clears the throat a little bit. Opens up the door. "Good morning." And you see beyond his shoulders 4 soldiers that are dressed in like city guard attire. "Oh, good morning, sir. Is this the Leodon residence?" "It is. How may I help you?" "We have this order here, and it says that we're supposed to address this to Miss Cassandra Lightfoot, a Ms. Rita, Mr. Roland Leodon, and a Mr. Tarvik Daywin. They are staying at this residence." Your father kind of looks to you off the shoulder, a little bit of confusion on his face, and goes back to the guards. "Yes, they're staying here. It is quite early. I do not believe some of them are awake. My son, Roland, he's part of this. Roland." He kind of calls out to you.
Okay.
"This is Mr. Leodon, other than myself, and do you need him for anything particular?" "Oh, and you see the guard chimes in. So we're supposed to escort them to the mill here," and he kind of shows out the paper to you, Roland.
And take it.
All right. On the paper, it says, "By order of Shield House. Persons of interest: Cassandra Lightfoot, Rita, Roland Leodon, and Tarvik Daywin, to report immediately to the mill by escort. Any undue delay will be considered a direct refusal of Shield command." And then at the very end, you see a signature for Judith Seagarten.
Okay. If you can allow us just 10 minutes, I'm going to go rouse my friends and be right back. Okay, let me leave.
They just give you a nod, and they're all standing outside.
And I'll make eye contact with my father, hopefully reassuringly, and then walk upstairs. And am I going to interrupt their long rest if I wake them up?
You will.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna poke him a little bit and be like, "Sorry. I feel like I'm not there. Sandra.
What? What's wrong?
The previous governess, I forget her new title. She's summoning us. I think they're gonna arrest us if we don't go."
No, but I wanted to sleep so badly. What if
Tarvik.
you go?
Tarvik, wake up.
Someone dead.
Hey, do you all just want to sleep? Do you want me to just go? I will leave you here. Rita, wake up.
Where do we have to go? I'm so tired. Please, just a couple more hours at least.
I mean, she knew we were out late. She wouldn't be asking for us if it wasn't important. You'll
Remind me, is she an elf or a human or what is she? DM.
Seagarten is, you recall being human.
Okay, well,
she did not
then,
have pointed ears like an elf.
I was going to say, if she was elf, I'd be like, maybe she doesn't know better.
I don't know, maybe she didn't know we were out so late. But either way, she's already done. And I show them the order. So I feel like we need to run away and hide somewhere, or we have to go, and those are kind of the only choices.
Why don't we just let them arrest us? It'll be
I
fine.
can sleep in jail. No, I will not
Right.
go to jail ever. Let's go.
You want to go? I mean, I could go try to bargain with them a little bit. I don't know. Distract them.
That's right here. That if we delay, we're in trouble, right?
Yeah. I'll
Can
get you
make an illusion of us and go.
I can make a bad illusion of one of you.
Okay.
It
Alright.
can't move and can't make noise.
Is that minor illusion?
Yeah.
It's literally just like a cardboard
Yeah.
cutout that looks
It's a flat. It's a
because it's
cardboard
an object,
cutout.
it's not a person.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I can make an illusion a doll of you.
Oh, and it's within like a 5-foot square, so you can only hit Cassandra.
Wait,
In theory, they don't know what any of us look like. So in theory,
Yeah, just bring your family.
yeah, I was going to say your family's awake. Why doesn't your family just go and be like, yes, of course we are these people.
Okay, I mean, are we really considering that? Or some coffee and you wake up?
No.
No, Judith knows who we are.
All right.
Colonel Judith.
Colonel.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
I'll start getting ready.
Yeah, we'll just
Buy me like 10 minutes at least. And I'll start
side
getting
note,
up and putting on armor and stuff.
I honestly don't know what my hit points were before.
Yeah, same.
Left.
It's okay. Just give me a
But I can just
play this out.
set
for a
my
little
spells to 0.
Okay.
Alright. Alright. Yep. I get all dressed.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Perfect. Puts on full armor and everything.
Downstairs and hopefully collect some coffee from the kitchen.
bit. Mhm. You do see the guards are inside, like in the foyer area. The door is closed. All 4 of them are kind of standing inside, awkwardly, like holding their spears, just kind of looking at this place. You roll passive 14.
14.
Yeah, you would notice that they are admiring how nice this house is, because they probably don't have such a decent setup as just like guardsmen. So they're just like, whoa, like look at all these rooms and look at all this furniture, kind of stuff.
I'm gonna kind of ignore them a little bit. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and maybe talk to my dad and hopefully grab some coffee for the rest of the group. But
You're leaving suddenly. Is this due to some untoward behavior?
I'm sure we've done nothing illegal that I know of, and probably having to do with our efforts to help last night, if I had to assume. But it's just a summons. I'm assuming we will be back shortly for them to finish resting. They're not happy at being woken up.
Well,
You all do not need to
did you
worry.
ask the guard to just let you all sleep if you're so tired? You came in very late last night. And they're not elves. I assume they have to do some type of long rest.
They rest for long periods of time. Do you think that would work? I mean, I could maybe go ask the guards. Oh no, maybe I can bribe them with coffee. I'm going to go try.
Yeah, like invite them in for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the guards and be all like, "Would you like some breakfast?"
Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, and one guy elbows him and we're on duty. Oh, no, thank you, Mr. Leodon. Thank you very much.
Just out of curiosity, did the Colonel Seagarten know that we had been up quite late last night, defending the city from the Gloomers, having taken down quite a few of them at great personal risk and expense, and it is very early in the morning.
Oh, so we don't know anything, unfortunately. We were just told to escort you all.
Right.
Are you
And
tired or something?
yes, so tired. It would
Don't you elves like trance or something?
They're not elves. The other three are not elves.
The guy just kind of awkwardly looks over to the other three, and the other three just kind of shrug, and they're like, I mean, I guess if you're tired, we don't really know. We can't force you or anything. We're just your escort to protect you.
Certainly don't need protection. I have a feeling I'm not going to get anywhere with you all. Just to go be. If you want food, go in the other room. It's for the others, but you can steal it if you want. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
You see, one of the guy like steps off, the original one who like accepted your offer, and the other guy just like grabs his arm and like plants him back.
Go bring coffee to the group and be like, okay, so they're not going to force us to go or anything if you all want to go back to bed. I feel like we might just be setting off on the wrong foot whenever we finally do get there if we don't go now, but honestly, I worry about you all. You don't look good. I feel like you would look significantly better in like an hour or two.
The armor's already half on at this point. And you see Tarvik. You see like Tarvik with like clearly like has like the start of his armor like starting to hook up, but the blanket is still around his shoulder for sure.
The Colonel is probably gonna make us wait for like an hour anyway once we get there.
Maybe we can bring a pillow.
As you all are talking, you hear a loud crack and thud from downstairs, and then you hear shouting. He's down! He's down! What's happening? Get up! Find him! Go! And you hear like a loud commotion from downstairs.
Running down right away.
Yeah, run.
Knocking at the door as I go past it and then running down.
So Roland runs down. Who else runs down?
Cassandra.
Cassandra runs down.
I'll make my way down, but
Leisurely.
less leisurely, more like still trying to get ready and go down the stairs at the same time, so it's not really running.
What does Rita do?
Rita, like, even at this point, hasn't gotten out of bed yet. So I think she's finally gonna like sort of slowly get out of bed, but she's gonna leave the whatever this is to her allies.
Roland and Cassandra, as you rush down and you're like at the middle of the staircase leading down to the foyer, you see there is a person with a dagger, and it is jammed into one of the guards. The one who was like stepping forward to get some food and then was like kind of shoved back. You see above him, so he's on the ground, and you see shoved in his neck a knife. And the person who's holding the knife is like a black clothed and hooded figure who has kind of like a baklava in front of his face, so you can only really see the eyes, and you see a neck jamming in front. And then you see him meet like his or her eyes, and they like immediately just run away, like out the door and into the street.
Can I chase them? I want to try to chase.
Yeah. I can run real fast.
As soon as you go out the door, both of you make a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
Roland, this figure has completely disappeared to your eyes. And Cassandra, you see the figure has already made it like 2 blocks down the street, and you see just the hint of black clothing peer around the corner.
Can I have a bonus action? And an action?
Sure.
Can I have a bonus action? I want to cast Expeditious Retreat as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
It allows me to when you cast a spell, each of your turns, you can take the dash action. Wait, as a bonus action. Okay, so I'm casting Expeditious Retreat so that I can move down. Now basically my speed. I can like Cassandra. I know a bonus action to dash. I'd also like to cast Mage Armor if you'll let me.
No mage armor, but expeditious retreat. Okay. So you didn't quite see where this person is amongst like the morning. It's not like super crowded, but there are some morning people out. And so amongst this, there is there's a left. Hold on, let me look at the map. There's a left and a right. To your residence.
Well, Cassandra would see it, right? So.
Yeah, I'm following Cassandra.
Okay.
Even if I like stay at her pace, I'll follow her.
Okie dokie. Ooh, nice little chase here. All right.
And as soon as I get within 60 feet in a visual, I want to do something.
All right.
Just throwing that out there.
Let me get
I know they went around the corner.
Sequence. My little cheat sheet that I have for chases.
Yep. Sadly, I have little legs though, rolling. You might be able to go faster.
Well, if I can see it, I can keep going, but
yeah.
All right. All right, both of you roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay.
D20.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Whoa!
Whoa! That is crazy. All right, no complications to you guys as you continue running, and you see as you near the block. So here, let me. You guys are on the map, right? Hold on, let me check. Yes. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna start moving your tokens on the map. So Tarvik, Tarvik and Rita, I'm just gonna throw you over here for a second, and I'm gonna use Rita's token. I mean, not Rita, Cassandra's token. So you guys moved around this way, and you saw the person go beyond here, like moving beyond here and rounding the corner. You guys are following in hot pursuit. Roland, you're using Expeditious Retreat to keep up with Cassandra, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me. Both of you, please.
Perception?
Yes.
Wow,
Whoa.
gee, that's
What
3 in a row.
Roland is on a
These
mission.
nat 20s. Damn. Holy fucking shit, guys.
You don't come into Roland's house.
Stab a dude and then leave.
You guys continue moving forward. You are keeping track of this shadowy figure, and you can see, again, everything cloaked in black now that you're, like, following behind. This person is keeping up, though, their pace, and you are, like, maintaining distance as you continue moving forward. He or she is apparently very quick on their feet.
Are they 60 feet out? Or within 60 feet?
They're not. Nope. They're maintaining their distance somehow, some way, and you gotta tell me what you guys are doing. Something is gonna have to close the distance, or else they're gonna keep being out of your reach. So they continue moving forward, and then they round this corner around here, and they disappear again. And so you guys are using movement to go forward. Roland, are you keeping up by casting another Expeditious Retreat?
Well, Expeditious Retreat keeps up as long as I concentrate, but then I can't take an action because I have to dash and then bonus action dash in order to get the full 90 feet of movement. I'll go forward a little bit from Cassandra in order to try to keep up with to him and use all 90. Okay. But it's up as long as I'm concentrating for 10 minutes.
And Cassandra, same movements, action dash, bonus action.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only thing I have would be within 60 feet since I'm tapped from not getting a long rest.
I would
So.
like both of you to roll d20 for me, please.
Oh.
Oh, Cassandra, you already rolled this. Okay. Nope, you guys are good. No complications. As you move forward, though, you see the person, like he or she, literally comes around this corner, and just as they reach the corner, instead of like disappearing off in the corner, you see like nothingness.
We see a nothingness.
You see nothing. Like, not that you black out or anything, but like instead of like the black clad like foot and clothing like go round the corner and disappear that way, you see literally the things disappear.
Like they went invisible.
Make a
Okay.
perception check for me, both of you, with disadvantage for me.
Oh, disadvantage. I'm gonna roll it again.
Whoa, what is up with these nat 20s?
But then I'm
Oh,
disadvantaged.
jeez.
Jeez, I'm afraid to go into combat with you guys right now. You guys are gonna like wipe my ass. Jesus. Alright.
We use it.
6 and 16. Okay. As you guys round the corner, you see like a couple of people in the street, and they appear to be normal folks, but you kind of look around and you don't see a black clothed figure at all. As you guys are like around here and you're just kind of looking.
If you can't see him, oh gosh, he's over, and where he disappeared was like over 60 feet from us.
Mm-hmm.
Was where he disappeared over 60 feet from us?
Yes. You guys have maintained, you don't know how much of a distance, but not enough to trigger Cassandra, so you know it's at least 60 feet.
Alright.
Once we get to the point, like, once I get up to the point where I saw him disappear, I'm just picking a spot that's 60 feet in front of me, and I'm going to drop concentration on Expeditious Retreat and cast Fairy Fire in the attempt to light up someone that's invisible.
Ooh, very nice. Tell me which direction that you kind of aim for.
Just whatever the
Choose a
most
little ping.
like, in front of me, like they might have walked that way, direction that I can try to be intelligent about.
So here, like with Cassandra's token, in terms of pathways, they could have veered left, or they could have veered right, or they could have gone straight, or they could have gone back. So which direction do you kind of point at?
Left.
Can you ping on the map? Okay. You go ahead and point, and you cast Fairy Fire. And describe to me how you do this.
So the spell release, and there is a 20-foot cubed area that is all of a sudden just flooded with bright, gonna be like I'm gonna say Roland likes purple, bright purple light, and every creature in that area, whether they're invisible or not, has this like light attached to them and is glowing.
Very cool. So as Roland is running and just catching his breath and just pointing, muttering some incantations, you see this area explode with light. It is beautiful the way it's kind of gleaming in the early morning sun, but it doesn't necessarily outline anything. Cassandra, do you do anything?
Nope. I just say sorry, Roland. I don't know where he went.
Can I look around for like footprints maybe, or signs or tracks or anything?
Sure, make an investigation check.
I'll help you.
Oh, awesome. 20 should have been advantage. Sorry, I'm not doing very good at advantage. 24.
So you see tracks that go like all manner of ways, because this is like a typical alley / roadway that people walk fairly often enough, either to get their house or get to businesses of sorts. But you do notice some distinct, like, hard-pressed footprints, like someone was in a rush, and they seem to be going in this direction. And you gauge the footprint to look like a normal shoe size and roughly that of, like, an average human male.
I'll 60 foot in front of me in this direction. I'll cast Fairy Fire again.
Okay. You cast some. You mutter a few things, and you cast again. The area lights up. Unfortunately, not outlining anything.
I should have casted haste on you right away and just caught up. Dang it.
Maybe that's why they sent guards.
The guard.
Maybe Colonel knows something.
You should go check on the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Tartarix stealing them.
Yeah.
We
Hopefully
pause
not,
here, and we go to Tarvik and Rita. So Rita's still kind of up in the room. Tarvik, you're kind of slowly making your way. Roland and Cassandra have bolted out the door, and as soon as you get downstairs, from the staircase, you see like blood oozing from one guard that's down in the like foyer area of the Leodon residence, and you see one guard holding his hands to put pressure on the wound, and you see two guards kind of standing, or no, you see one guard who's standing outside with his spear at the ready, and then you see one guard who was trying to keep up with Roland Cassandra, but ran out of breath around here, and is just kind of like tense, also in the distance, like taking guard and just looking like left and right to see what he can see.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the guard. I think I had, if I'm remembering, I had one single first level spell slot left. Can I just like cast Healing Word on the guard who's laying on the ground right now?
Yes.
Try to like clot the wound as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me roll it. Don't know how much it will be, but it will be something.
You see, as soon as you cast, the guard just kind of starts coughing a little bit, with blood just shooting out from his mouth. Fuck.
Oh. Morning.
You see his eyes are just kind of like wide, and he's holding his neck. As the blood has kind of started congealing, it is no longer just kind of like oozing onto the floor. You see Mr. Leodon, standing like at the edge of the floor, and you see he's like got a bundle of like rags or something, and he's like pushing them onto the neck of the guard. He gets there and he like starts pressing it. And he's like, oh goodness, what is this? What have you all done? What's happening? And he's looking towards the guard. And the guard's like, oh, we don't know, sir. This guy just, he just came out of nowhere. He just like shoved in the door. He just stabbed my friend. What the hell? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Can I get breakfast before we go, or is this
what? We need to report
okay?
this
Breakfast it is.
Macklin, go get more.
Grab some toast.
You see the person who was referred to as Macklin, the guard outside, just starts running as soon as he was told. Rita, what are you doing?
Rita is like slowly like getting up and sort of cleaning herself up and making her way down to where everyone is.
Alright, you see this guard who's like laying on the ground with now rags.
And we're like 2 or 3 hours away from having a long rest, right?
Yes, you're like 2
Okay.
2 or 3 hours. What are you guys doing for Tarvik and Rita other than what you already described? Anything else?
I'll have like a little bit of toast if it's there, and then like take a look at the guy's neck while I'm eating, and like I'd imagine like I'm looking at it, but like one hand is like on the toast, and the other hand is like firming up a bit of his armor still, and like stuff like that. Just checking to see like, okay, is he actively dying anymore, or is he like pretty stable for the most part?
You gather that he's stable.
All right. I'll be like, oh, well, I think you're okay. You'll be fine. Maybe if you get, let's say, a good solid 8 hours of rest, you should feel better. I wouldn't know what that feels like.
He's just kind of holding his neck, just wide-eyed. You think he's more or less in shock as to him being stabbed in the neck.
Yeah.
Roland and Cassandra, what are you guys doing?
I think we should head back, Roland.
Yes, we should. Hope that guard's okay. Tarvik was pretty much, I think, depleted and hasn't rested yet. But if someone thinks to wake up my sister, I think she could probably help with that. Because she's a cleric. And all.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Nope. I'd also say for a person who does not sleep and just heard a lot of yelling, very slow to act, that sister.
Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out. They're all
She's helping the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I'm
we should
hungry and tired. Yes, let's go.
Alright, so you go
So we'll
back. Yep.
walk back. Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are back. You see Tarvik eating some toast, looking at the guy on the ground. You see there's 3 guards, one posted outside, one holding the guy's neck, and the one who was bleeding out, just on the ground with some rags shoved, and like him just holding his neck. I presume Rita's also downstairs, just kind of taking in the scene.
Yeah, Rita comes downstairs and looks at the guy. He's like, "Oh, you've already been healed. You're fine. You're gonna be okay, champ."
You see,
I feel like Tarvik gives like a mouthful nod, like he has toast all in his mouth, but like he's nodding along, like.
You see your father, Roland. He just kind of says, "Well, I need to go check if your mother and sister are alright." And he like collects himself. He kind of like wipes the blood off of his hands, and he just like fast paces upstairs, and he like goes out of view.
You go ahead, Roland. I'm gonna go sit down. Toast? Where's the toast?
I hand her a piece of toast. I imagine I've imagined toast, but realistically, like there was never a point in which we were like, oh yeah, of course they've given us breakfast, or like been aware that we're waking up at this time. I figured I'm just eating toast.
I look around and say, my sister hasn't come down. No.
I guess not.
I'm gonna go upstairs and look for her. I'm worried about her.
Before you get a moment, you hear a shrill shriek. It sounds like your mother, and she just yells out, "Amberlynn!"
Oh no.
I'm gonna, with a little bit more gusto, like run up to where this is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
You.
Oh. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm running up too. No, I might have misunderstood. Is she freaking out because my father went upstairs with blood on her hand and is worried about her daughter? Or is something wrong with Amberlynn?
Yeah, make an insight check for me if you want. It's very hard to tell. It's a one-worded shriek. I think aptly so with a 5. You're not quite sure.
I don't know. I'm just confused.
You guys run upstairs, and you see Amberlynn's door swung open. Your mother and your father are down, or like in front of the room, and you see the door to her room is open, and you see a broken window, and Amberlynn's not in there. It's an empty room. You see your father like hugging your mother.
I'm gonna get the scry mirror.
Okay.
And I go to my friends, and my hands are shaking, and Roland is not his usual self.
Mm-hmm.
I calm myself, and I say, and I tell them I'm going to use this to look for my sister.
Okay.
Okay.
And
grab one of her things.
well, I know her, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, have every little bit helps, I guess. But yeah.
First hand knowledge is +5. So if I just put it to the chat, no, I still need to roll. Or do you roll?
No, I roll. So first hand, familiar, you know the target well, so that's -5 to the save.
Gotcha.
And then if you can get a possession, that'd be another -2. Or
Wait,
if you can get a body
does it
part,
say-
that would be.
She
Does
might
it
have some hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can get hair,
Wait,
that's -10.
Oh yeah, so I definitely find something. I'm gonna go into a room, because I would know all this, right? I'm gonna go into a room, and I'm going to look for like her hairbrush or something like that.
You could easily get her hair from her hairbrush.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're looking at -15. Now that's a number.
And you
Does it stack like that one?
It's
Or is it
probably
just
just a
a
-10. Or okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Well, it says knowledge and connection. I think it
Oh, okay.
stacks.
Is that
cool.
cool? No, that's okay.
Yeah,
Let
it
me
does
see.
say it's like 2 separate.
Let me see.
Well, and also it says you can voluntarily fail the save if it wants to be observed. If the target knows you're casting, which she wouldn't, but she might. I don't know. She's smart, but not. I don't know. That's an iffy one.
Mm-hmm.
But -15 is pretty good.
You okay? So do you cast or do you use the scry mirror?
I have to. I don't have the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a
I
d20
don't think anyone
for me
has to tell yet.
to see if the mirror breaks after you use it.
Sorry. Just a real 20.
Mm.
What the
Oh my
heck,
God.
Roland?
Damn!
I thought for sure. I was like,
Wow.
oh no, you rolled too many nat 20s. Like this is gonna break the mirror. But no.
I figured it'd be
Holy
worth
crap.
it if it did.
Alright, so it
Yeah.
doesn't break, and with a -15 to the save, you concentrate and you look into the mirror, and you see Amberlynn just kind of in this, and you don't know what specific alley, but you do know she's in a alley within the Rogues Ward, and you see her huddled with 2 children, just kind of like wrapping her arms around them, having a blanket over top of her, and you can see she just kind of like is resting her head on them, and has her eyes closed. You feel like consistent breathing, like very soft breaths, like she's just kind of like closing her eyes, and you also hear like the children also kind of slowly breathing, their chest going up and down. One of them just kind of like moves and nuzzles a little bit closer into her, and she kind of nuzzles back and puts her arm over them.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Well, elves can't be put under a sleep spell, right?
Right. She's not sleeping. She's just resting with them.
Okay.
Did you say she's sleeping? Did you say she was sleeping?
From what you can tell, she seems to just have like a slow breathing, like she's calm.
Calm.
You
Gotcha.
don't know whether or not she's sleeping. Your best guess is that she's just kind of like closing her eyes.
Do I recognize the kids from last night, or are they different kids?
You do not recognize these kids, no. They appear to be a little grimy and dirty. Somewhere between the ages of like, I don't know, 4 to 8, maybe. And they're like in dirty clothes. They're kind of like ripped and tattered. They don't have any shoes on. And you can tell that, you know, they're probably living in the streets.
Okay, well, I don't stay in the scrum room for too long because I'm anxious to tell my mother that her daughter is okay. But
Darling,
I'll drop this.
what do you mean? She was here. She was here, like, in the morning. We spoke with her.
You spoke with her?
Well, she said good morning to us.
Do I get an impression... She did say good morning to us.
Here
I
talked about...
In the ward. I promise you she's okay.
Here was talking about people getting, like, I don't know, kidnapped? Or, like, taken away, right? Is that maybe something that could have happened?
Well, no, I mean, definitely the real Amberlynn is fine right now, in an alleyway, in the Rogues Ward. I feel like someone else was in the house this morning, unless that was her. And does it not make sense timeline-wise between whenever she said hello and where she is? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? She could have got. She could
So
have.
you think whoever this, like, assassin is, like, disguised themselves as your sister just to stab a guard in the neck and run away?
Is anything missing? Should we check all of our belongings?
Can I remember what I talked to my sister about last night?
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. You talked to your sister, I think, about everything. Because you recapped, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you recapped just a little bit of what happened.
Yeah.
This might have to be a video thing where we go back and look.
Well, I feel like we need to go find her and find out if the person I talked to last night was her or someone impersonating her. Then we can worry about what beans I spilled.
We might just have to do sending with that, because I imagine that if they're looking for her or they're looking for us, we're probably gonna have to go with the guards before we go and talk to her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Rita, do you mind using...
Rita, do you have any of those left, or?
Nope. Not until
Oh yeah, we specifically used all of them.
not until I finish my sleep.
Yeah.
I'm declaring you three go back to sleep now, and we're going to wait until the guard gets back with help and try to explain that we need to rest for another 2 hours before we're going anywhere.
Okay.
And then
Well,
I'm going to try
Thanks, Roland.
Yeah.
Roland, just check around the house, make sure nothing was stolen. I'm gonna go to bed.
And I'll go to my parents, and hopefully they won't be able to pick up on the fact that I'm ashamed. But I'm going to say, will you help me search the house to see if there was anything taken?
Your mother appears a little bit shaken, your father just nods, and they will assist you in your investigation check, so you can have advantage on your roll.
Awesome. Investigation, you said?
I swear to God, if this is another nat 20.
I got a +7.
Yeah.
Wow, high rolls though, high rolls. You take a look around. Nothing appears to have been stolen, though you do kind of like get a feel for what happened. So just as the guard said, someone kicked down the door, and based upon like what you see, the blood on the ground and stuff, you notice that yes, the guy basically got stabbed in the neck by someone, and then you see some like blood spatter from when the knife was pulled out as the person began to just like run away. And then you see that the glass broken It appears to be broken from the inside. So inside out. It's not like someone broke in and grabbed your sister. Seems like your sister kicked the glass out. There's a little bit of glass inside, but most of it is outside.
I'm going to talk out loud, probably mostly just to my father, but maybe to the guards too. I'm going to say, okay, so assuming that the person who said hello this morning wasn't my sister, they probably escaped through the window. Which means there's definitely two people. The stabber and then the impersonator. And that also means that there's a good possibility that the person I spoke to last night did not come in through that window, which means they were the person here last night probably was an impersonator. Did my sister
Is Roland saying this in front of all of us?
No, yours.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of talking out loud. Maybe I should wait for the others. But was anything off with my sister last night? Did she seem like my sister?
She seemed very much like your sister, yeah.
Like a doppelganger or something that can read her mind. I don't know. I will wait for either the guard to get back or for my companions to finish their rest.
Okie dokie. In a few moments, you actually do hear the guards return back, and you hear like a myriad of footsteps. You see, I don't know where you're situated, but in through the door that got kicked in, you would see, if you're standing in the foyer area, you see like 8 guards there that have been summoned by Mechlin, and they all just kind of have like some first aid kits, and they're like trying to patch up the one guy who got stabbed, and they're like canvassing the area. They're kind of like setting up a perimeter around the house. And you see the original guy who kind of took lead in talking to you guys. He kind of goes to you and says, we need, sir, Mr. Roland Leodon, I think we need to take you out of here. I don't think it's safe here.
I mean, specifically, or our group?
I don't know, but one of our men just got attacked. It's not a safe area here. I think you should go back to the mill where your summons was, and handle whatever you need to handle over there. But this is an active crime scene now.
Let me be very clear. We have not slept, and we are going to finish our sleep before we go anywhere. That is what is most safe.
Make either a persuasion check or an intimidation check.
Go rolling.
Persuasion is a little better.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Well, would you all like some coffee while you protect my home?
No, thank you. We'll continue investigating.
I'm gonna go maybe to like my mother and father and ask them if I'm worried the guard's right and it's not safe here.
They are sitting in the living room area off to the left of the foyer room, and your father is holding your mother, who just seems to be like nervously just like rubbing her hands, and she just keeps on whispering to your father, I just don't know where Amberlynn went. Do you think she's out helping the children? I hope she's okay. Do you think someone came in and stole her for some ungodly reason? What if she's not okay? What if she got into something so terrible? What if one of her children?
Mother, calm down.
Oh, Roland, she just kind of hugs you and says, "I'm just so glad you're safe." Oh,
please don't worry, Mother. I know it's hard, and I am so sorry. So sorry.
Oh, but Roland, this isn't your fault. Just crime in this area has gone up, unfortunately, with everyone on edge.
Mother. I want you to would you mind if maybe perhaps going to grandmother's home for a little bit? Or is she's still in the city, is she not?
Oh, she is. Yes, of course.
Perhaps stay with her. You all don't need to be in the house with the mess and the guard doing their investigation.
You can
And
see she's just kind of like absentmindedly nodding and is kind of like looking off in the distance.
once
Your father's not saying anything, but it's just like holding her and like stroking her back and like putting her head against him.
I think it would be for the best to make sure that you two are safe. I'll kind of stand up and leave and just wait in 2 more hours.
2 hours pass.
Is that all a dream?
Probably not. I lean up and start getting on my armor for the 2nd time today.
When Rita wakes up, before she sort of goes to leave the room, she's gonna take a moment to it seems like she's talking to herself, which is not out of the ordinary. But then she sort of like sits down and pulls out her new longsword and like lays it down in front of her. And she pulls out Pick, and she's just sort of sitting cross-legged on the floor, and she starts just like plucking away a little melody. It's in a minor key, and it's flowing but a little bit haunted. And she's just sort of sitting there playing that with her sword on the ground in front of her.
You guys are rousing to Rita's song in minor. I love that.
That's a pretty song, Rita. We'll get dressed and go find Roland.
Yep, and then we should probably get going.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Roland, did you find any clues?
I'll share with them everything I found.
Are you guys upstairs or downstairs?
I guess we would have found you downstairs. Hit up the kitchen, maybe.
Yeah.
Second breakfast time.
Yes, second breakfast.
breakfast. Yes. You guys going downstairs, and you see this area is starting to get cleaned up. You see like some city guards like writing stuff down, talking to each other, like relaying the events of what happened. They're canvassing the area, and then you see kind of like curious onlookers from the neighborhood just kind of looking in to see and just kind of like gossiping amongst themselves from outside. And you see, like I said, the actual blood itself is like being scrubbed by one of these guards, who just has like a bucket and like some rags and is just like mopping up and like brushing the floorboards with a brush, trying to get the blood stains out. And you see the wounded guard isn't here, but you do see the other 3 that are present, and they're kind of like intermingled amongst the other guards that are here.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot to take in, Roland. Are your parents going to be going to your grandma's?
Yeah, I hope so.
We should probably find another place to sleep for tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want something to happen to them because someone else thinks they can get to me. I think as long as we're in the city, we should keep an eye on them and be close. Ish. I don't know. Maybe.
Is there like a inn or something close to where they're at?
Let's figure it out later today. I think we have a lot of things to do today, and let's start by going and talking to the colonel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. I guess we start walking up to one of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to be escorted to the colonel, or do we just walk over there?
Are you asking the guard?
Yeah.
The three guards that are remaining of the four, they kind of see you guys walking over, and you ask the question to the first guard who's there. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, we were told that we need to escort you.
Yeah, we're ready.
He just kind of nods his head, and he starts walking, and the other two wait for you guys to walk as they walk behind you. You see that as you walk out, you see some of the onlookers just kind of start pointing a little bit and like hiding and like muttering and whispering to each other as you guys like walk out.
Should totally swing by Senberts on the way, right, guards?
They just continue forward.
It's
Down.
very much the opposite direction.
I know.
Now that we're like sort of all together, I don't know if this is the right time to talk about this, but I kind of had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think the necromancers got the eye. I think they already have it.
Why do you think that?
Well, I've got sort of two like premises. That's not evidence. It's not proof.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that their goal is to, like, turn everyone in Skylark into undead.
Mm-hmm.
And these gloomers that have shown up here, they showed up at the village, like the halfling village. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. They seem to have shown up in Parabor as well, based on the conversation we had last night. I mean, I think that's a means to, the end that we understand is their goal. And then I also understand that, like, Cassandra, the Raven Queen's not happy with you? Like, isn't the necromancers getting the eye something that would make the Raven Queen not happy with you?
I wasn't happy that I went to the Shadowfell because that's
Yeah.
her domain, I guess. And maybe wasn't related to the eye quest.
I kind of got the impression she was unhappy because we were woefully underpowered for being there and likely to about die.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit when I'm dumb. Yeah.
So, like, when you were like doing the whole thing in the temple, you didn't feel like she was upset at you.
I just think she's very mysterious. I mean, she was trying to help with the child and the Isabel, and I do think there have been a lot of children disappearances, which are probably related. But I do think also, didn't the Scarlet Sash say that these people needed the hand and the eye, and they have they're going to secure the hand or something?
I thought they knew about the ritual.
Maybe.
They also had the camp. Or was it
They
just
had
the
like
ritual?
a map to the hand. I thought I could be wrong. Yeah. Going back in the notes.
Cassandra,
Me too.
you are correct.
Okay.
Good notes.
Wait, so they didn't have the hand, they had a map.
Right. But they didn't want to share it with us because they didn't trust us.
Okay. As we walk through the rogues ward, can I say I was keeping an eye out for any alleyways that looked familiar from the scrying spell and my sister?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Perception.
You're familiar, and I can bring you guys back over here. You're familiar, like, over here. You definitely know there's the rogues ward, and you definitely know it's not within these upper areas. Like, as you pass through here, and you're like looking down at these streets, you definitely know that it is not these streets. It's like further into the Rogues Ward.
Okay.
Do you want to do with anything with that, or are you continuing onward?
No, I think we're going to the mill. That was just in my mind.
Rita, I don't think it's definitely possible, and I don't think you're crazy or anything, because I did have the one vision of the eye being close and then it being far. So maybe that vision was a symbol that maybe it's being taken away from me.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely upset if it is, because I kind of thought that was the way that this was going to go. Is that they were going to get it? They've got all of the sort of the resource and time. Like maybe there was something in the vault when like we looked at the map that had all of the information that someone would need to find it. And this necromancer that came into the vault, if he was there, anyone could have been scrying on him and seeing what was in there. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. But like, I mean, I kind of thought that they would get it. I don't think that we really ever had, the knowledge of how to stop them. Maybe we had all the clues that we needed, but we didn't know how to put them together. And I just think that it's been what we're going to do. It's been my thought this entire time that we're going to be fighting them to get it back. So I don't feel like this is a horrible setback. I think it's already happened, and maybe we need to really be focusing now on tracking them down, because we are stronger at this point. We're a lot better than we were. We have some allies. We're going to go meet one right now, hopefully. So maybe we go look for this eye with I don't know, a little bit more focus, intention.
I agree. You seem more motivated lately, Rita. It's nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Pick. I don't know. Before like I met Pick, things really did just seem like a fog. Seemed like really, really hopeless. But now, it's everything's just sort of like coming together.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay.
I like Pick.
I have no opinion
Rita,
on that.
definitely in your voice, Pick is like, yes.
I'm very happy that Pick has been quiet since leaving the Shadowfell.
You hear Rita in your head, just like the sound of someone like sticking out their tongue and like doing a like towards
Just like
Starfish.
that.
Yeah. All right, so you guys go to the mill, and you see there's like a lot of soldiers slash city guard there, and you see Governess Seagarten over here. She kind of looks over to you guys as she notices that you come in. She says, thank you for coming.
Just because I keep forgetting to say it, I did cast Mage Armor, by the way, like an hour or two ago.
Okay.
Colonel, good. You summoned
She
us.
motions her hands for you guys to come forward.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Zeke standing next to her with his arms just crossed against his chest. He's like puffed out, and he's like looking at all of you with a scowl.
I'm very little, but I'm gonna mimic the move. Stern with him.
Are you staring at him?
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. That's hilarious.
Just mean mugging him.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate him?
Only if he acts out.
Alright. So Seagarten looks to you all and she says, sorry to call you so early in the morning, but we had a report last night about some of the death creatures being handled. Can you confirm that it was the U-Lot?
Yep.
It-
We're known
Yep.
as Death's Witness now.
Death Witness.
Mhm.
Interesting name. She has like a small smile on her face. Well,
See, Rita, she likes it.
for any future summons, we'll be sure to notate Death's Witness. Again, thank you all for coming so early in the morning. With this confirmed, I was hoping you all would be of service to us in a way, if you're interested.
Okay.
What would you-
Mm.
What do you need?
Well, we have some things that need to be handled, but our resources right now are a bit tied up. We've had a call to arms, but the people that we are getting are green, is the nicest way to put it. But you lot, you logged in quite a few heads last night, and those creatures weren't the small ones. So, we'd like to...
Wait, there are small ones?
Well,
Gonna
there
add
are
this to the-
varying degree of strengths of these creatures, as we've noticed. Some are tougher to kill, some a little bit easier. I'd say your lot fell around in the middle.
But they all look like the Gloomers. They're just different variations, or there's other creatures.
That's correct. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. There are other creatures, or they're...
Everything you said, that's correct. There are
Both.
variations, and there are others.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I-
the offer
Guard was
to have you in our services. We would pay you, of
Colonel.
course, for your services, in exchange for your strengths, your talents.
Well, I would normally jump to the call, but there was an attack in Roland's home this morning. That's very concerning.
She looks a bit
Are you-
quizzical.
How
One of
is
your
it that like
guards?
none of your guards came back and reported to you about this?
Are you saying I'm ignorant, Mr. Leodon, of the happenings
Saying-
of the city?
Did not say that. No.
Good.
But this is-
Then I would urge you to not say any more, for a chance that I may perceive your words as being indignant towards the power of the city.
You're the one that just said that your guards were green.
She now folds her arms and looks towards you all, looking you up and down.
Green and bloody on the doorstep of my home, putting my family in danger.
Whatever
If you want to-
incident has occurred to you, I apologize, but that is not
I don't want
my
your
fault.
apology. I don't seek your apology, but know that if you want us to help you, it's going to be because it is actually helpful. We are not going to just be fodder for your efforts. Give us something specific to do. What are you asking for?
Hold on, I'm gonna roll something. We don't require your services. Thank you for taking your time to visit us this early morning, but if you'll see yourselves out.
Damn it.
What Roland's a bit upset right now because of the attack in his
Well,
home
quick
this morning.
tempers aren't what I need. So, thank you all very much.
Colonel, we are sorry for any outbursts, and they will not happen again. I think that we can help each other. That really, we need each other. If there's anything that we can do for the city, we're happy to hear that out and do that. And sort of likewise, perhaps down the road, if there's an opportunity for the city to help save all of Skylar, because what's happening here seems to be happening everywhere, that maybe we can lean on you then.
Make a persuasion check, and then while this is happening, Roland, you see Zeke stroll up to you and put his arms around you and looks towards Seagarten, and with like a smirk on his face, he says, yeah, right, I like this guy. He knows what's up, Seagarten. And kind of like scowls at her as she just kind of crosses her arms.
Want to use...
He kind of like gives you a kiss on the cheek, Roland.
I want to use Fey Presence.
What's that do?
Yeah.
I want to kind of push off Zeke a little bit. But I want to smile at Governor Seagarten, and I think that members of my group would recognize it as the most unnatural thing for Roland. But he smiles at her and says, in a otherworldly, charismatic way, you have my most sincere apologies, Colonel. I mean no disrespect to your significant position.
So wait, were you trying to knock back Zeke with Fey Presence, or are you trying to do that
So
to
Fey
Seagarten?
Presence, Fey Presence can either charm or frighten.
Okay.
I'm to charm her. Okay. I'm trying to convince her that I'm actually sorry. Gotcha. My group probably knows I'm lying.
Alright, and that's a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
So it'd be my... Yeah, no, she's not gonna... Yeah. She's not charmed, but I am still trying to be nice. Okay. And apologize.
She kind of stands there for a moment after hearing Rita, and she says, I appreciate your words that there won't be any future tempers. However, we may have to internally discuss our original intents to see if we shall move forward with them or not. Thank you again, and apologies for bringing you out here.
Colonel, were you aware that Duras is under attack?
Duras? Mm-hmm. Do you mean Parabor?
Parabor, yeah, sorry. Parabor is under attack.
Because that line of questioning would have gone a different route.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Parabor is fine. I was there just not too long ago, as all of you were.
We have some magical ability to reach out through Rita, and they're being attacked by the shadow creatures.
I was able to communicate with Galana and Groknar. Sorry, Groknar. Like... and they seem to be in hiding and fearful during their messages, afraid that just to speak back to me would give them away, and I assume that they're hiding from these gloomers because they seem to be everywhere.
Groknar said something about sparklings.
She kind of nods and says, thank you for bringing this to our attention. However, with my new post, Parabor is no longer under my purview. It is under Zeke's. Zeke. And Zeke just, oh, man, what the fuck? Can't get a break around here. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Alright. What? I'll bring up some men and go and visit them or whatever. Alright. Probably nothing.
Please do.
And he kind
you
of
think
like
you're
clicks
strong
his
enough.
tongue, and he like turns to Seagarten and says, "I thought you said I was gonna be able to fight these pricks." And she just kind of like shakes her head and smiles at all of you and says, "Thank you all for this information. I'll be sure that Zeke handles it." And just kind of looks towards him. And says, "If our conversations prove fruitful and we do need your services in the future, we will be sure to let you know. But apologies for the false start that this summons was."
Okay. Do you know Mr. Magic Michael? And where we could find him?
Yes. One of my men. You may speak to them. And she kind of points beyond you guys, and one of the guards behind here stands up and motions towards her and goes to her, and she kind of whispers in his ear. He kind of nods, and he steps forward and says, "Yeah, if you were to talk any more about Mr. Michael Dune, I can tell you where to reach him." And he just like starts to walk, kind of like motioning for you guys to follow. And Seagarten is kind of saying,
Yeah, I'll follow.
Mm-hmm. I'll follow.
Thank you, Colonel.
Mm-hmm. Bye. Those were the only words that Tarvik said the entire thing.
Just bye.
And that was good call.
So he comes over here, and he kind of like pulls out a crude map, and he says, "Well, you know, Mr. Michael Dune doesn't really come out. He kind of is in this general area, and I'm gonna put you on the map, guys, now." And he kind of points off to this area up top here. And he says, "Well, that's where he's located. He, like I said, he doesn't really come out, and we've kind of contracted him to help us with stuff. Should I let him know that you guys are coming or something?"
Yes. We want to exchange information about the Gloomers.
Oh, great! Yeah, he's been doing some work. We've been getting his help. It's a little tough trying to identify, you know, what they can do, but he's been trying his best to help us with his like, and he kind of waves his hands in the air, that magic stuff, you know. And he kind of relays to you that, you know, he's just off up towards this area. Do you ask him for anything else?
Do you put like a mark on the map for it?
Yes. Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool.
I still didn't see it. Is it somewhere up top?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Super
I
top.
don't...
Yeah,
Kind of by the Mirage, like across.
Oh, it's way up there. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
right at the edge.
Gotcha.
Alright. Alright, thank you.
He just kind of nods, and like looks past you guys towards Seagarten, and then just kind of nods, and then goes back to where he was sitting. So like over here. To the left, to the left.
Yeah. Okay, so what are our priorities? Roland's sister?
That probably should be the first one.
Are we out of the mill?
I imagine we're walking out.
Okay, you guys walking out. Here,
Yeah.
map time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my outburst.
Well, you weren't wrong. I didn't think it would push her away like that.
You did kind of just make fun of her guards as incompetent for a bit, and then expected us to get paid by her. I think that was the biggest thing.
I don't care about getting paid, but yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have made fun of her guards, but still, it's not. It's a certain lack of respect, I guess. goes two ways, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't do what was right for our group, and I apologize to you all for that.
Yeah,
Do,
she's put on a show for the other guys too.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. Do y'all mind if we look for Amberlynn first?
I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
we kind of have some things to do down here, and then we can hop up and get Rita's armor up here, go to the market, and then go see Magic Michael.
Just make it a big loop.
Mm-hmm.
I got it and beat it. So it's set, right?
Alright, so you guys are making your way to where in the Rogues Ward? Or just anywhere as you investigate?
Would now actually be an okay time for a break?
Oh, sure, yes. Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, I forgot about this today.
Yeah.
Yes, recording again. And tell me what you guys want to do.
I think we're searching the road toward looking for
Yeah.
that alley.
Alright,
At some point, we do have to swing by Sandberts, but
make an
It's like a-
investigation check for me.
All of us, or just Roland, or
I'll roll in.
I will say each of you can make an individual investigation check, but it's going to be disadvantaged because A, you don't know the city, and B, you didn't necessarily see what Roland saw, just kind of hearing what Roland described to you guys. But Roland, you definitely can just roll straight investigation.
Instead of making my own investigation check, I'm going to inspire Roland.
I like it.
What does that give me? Do I get advantage?
You get to roll a bardic inspiration die, which is a. Oh, what level am I now?
D8?
I'm
Still
I'm still a 6th level bard. The dice becomes a D8 at 5th level, so it's a D8.
One D8 plus investigation.
Nice. Flat 20.
20.
Dirty 20. Alright, so as you continue making your way through the Rogues Ward here, you, like, as you pass by, you're kind of, like, thinking back, like, oh yeah, there were, like, some trash cans behind that they were kind of, like, leaned in against, and they were kind of, like, in, like, a little bit of a pocket, and you're, like, making your way around. It takes you a little bit as you, like, navigate your way through, but you eventually find yourself, around here, where there's, like, in between here, there's, like, some small alleys right here, where, you do see where it appears to be, like, the same blanket, and it appears to be the same spot, but you don't see her here anymore. But you do see the blanket that you saw her cover the children with, and you kind of, like, left in the area that you exactly know this is a spot, like, everything matches up from what you saw through the scry mirror.
It's fine. She's here. She's right here.
Do you want me to send to her?
Oh, might need to. Maybe she's still nearby. Maybe we can find where she went. Maybe she didn't leave that long ago.
You know, do like just like split up gang and take a look around?
Can I I don't know. Can I know like where? Because I mean, she would be at the orphanages, right? That's the only places that like she like works and volunteers, or just in the streets in general. There's no like place she might go.
Well, no, so she teaches at the Ground PH, but she's also known to be a frequent visitor, if you will, at the orphanages, because she, like, visits the children and makes sure that, you know, everyone there is okay.
Maybe let's try the Ground Peach first, because that's where she works. And then if she's not there, then maybe we can cast Sending to her.
okay.
Okay.
Alright. You go around here, and you do see that it appears to be open. The blind, like the curtains that were closing the windows from your night prior are now open. You see some desks and you see like kids in there, and through the window you do see Amberlynn. She appears to be in there just like rounding up the kids and stuff.
She's fine. She's safe. Unless that's not her. At first I look relieved, but then I'm gonna like stare and squint at her a little bit through the window.
Okay.
Look like her?
Make a perception check for me. It looks definitely like her.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
ask her something you knew as children that only she would know.
Something that only she would know. Well, I think it was the person I was talking to last night very much seemed like her.
Mm-hmm.
And there are creatures that can like read your mind and know your memories and stuff.
Okay, well, I mean, ask about the conversation last night. Just
Sure.
to see if this is the same person. And then Rita could dive into her mind.
Maybe with her permission might be better. I don't know, what do you think, Rita?
It is a little invasive. I mean, if she's okay with it, then that's all right.
Let's go talk to her. Interrupt her class. I'm going to go and knock on the door and then go into the schoolhouse.
And you notice that it's like a fairly simple place. There's no like lavish items or equipment. It's like a pretty bare bones place. For it being like mostly like she is the teacher, yes, and anyone who volunteers to like help the disenfranchised come here and like kind of volunteer as teaching assistants and such. But this is like a quote unquote like public school, but more, I would say, like on the bad side, where it's like a government run facility to like try and help the children. So there's not much here, but at least there's something here. So you see as you walk in, it's like a very open space. And you see there are like desks lined up, some a bit mismatched with the chairs. And you see like some children sitting in them, and then you see like a few that are standing up that Amberlynn is just trying to like round up and like put back in their seats. And you can see like it's a range of it's like young children. It's like 4 to I want to say this age group is 4 to 8. And Roland, you know that the age groups switch out from the times of day, so you know that like younger children are in a subset, and then she like also teaches some older children later on in the day. It's like split into 2, and so the AM class, if you will, is a bit younger, and she's like settling them in their seats, and she looks towards you as you come in. Oh, Roland, nice to see you. Hello. Children, just wait for 1 moment, please. And she goes over to you and gives you a warm smile. And she opens her hands for a hug. How have you been? Oh, so nice to see you.
I hug her and say, do you have a moment to step out? Maybe,
yes. And
Tarvik can watch the children.
Sorry, what? Tarvik, what?
Tarvik can watch the children for a second.
Tarvik did not enter the classroom, nor. So you say that, and then you look around, and Tarvik is not there.
Yeah, Cassandra will take out a gold coin and start doing magic tricks. I got this.
Oh, thank you so much.
I mean, like, sorry.
She kind of. Where do you lead her off to? Just like the side, like by the door, or do you take her outside?
Whatever. Did you? Is it quiet? Is it quiet off to the side?
I mean, you still hear the kids and stuff in the background. They're like just talking and like playing around with each other. The people, the little kids that Cassandra are kind of in front of are like, ooh, when she does like any coin disappearing tricks with them.
Amberlynn, did you see me yesterday?
No, this is my first time seeing you. I just said it was so nice to see you. What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
Okay, well don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. So I I was home last night at Mother and Father's house, and there was someone there that looked like you.
She kind of furrows her
And
brows. What do you mean?
I mean, there was a person who seemed just like you. We spoke, we talked last night and this morning, and then someone came and stabbed a guard and broke a window and left. It's very complicated.
She just starts chuckling. Okay, Roland. Your jokes. They don't make sense and they're not funny. We've talked about this. You have to, incorporate something that kind of leads into the punchline and then have a punchline.
And I'm completely serious. We were home last night. This morning, someone broke into the house. There was a guard that had come to get us. They stabbed them. And then someone who was impersonating you, I believe, broke your window and left.
You see her smile starts to turn into a frown. You're serious? You're not?
Are you 100% that you're you?
She just kind of raises her eyebrows. Yes, Roland. I am 100% me.
See, someone asked me that. I would not say yes, because I'm not sure I would know 100% that I'm me.
Then you need to check your head, brother. You should know if you're you.
It's debatable. How would you feel about letting my friend read your mind a little bit to make sure?
I have nothing to
I wave.
Emberlyn waves back a little bit.
This is Rita. She's very nice.
Hi. Yeah, I'm the one who can read your mind.
Go right ahead.
Okay. So there's sort of two parts to this, and one of them might feel a little bit weird. So I hope that's okay.
Describe it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I've only experienced it from the one end, but it's sort of like a probe and a delve into your thoughts, and you may feel like there's an extra presence there. I don't know how it feels, honestly.
Well, as long as you can promise I won't be harmed, I suppose a weird feeling is something I can deal with.
Okay, I'll go ahead and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Surface
and
level
I
thoughts.
will focus on Amberlyn.
Alright, surface level thoughts is I don't know why they're testing me. I'm me. And then you see her kind of crinkle her nose a little bit as you peer deeper into her thoughts. And she's worried. She's worried about her family, about Roland not trusting her, about what happened and everything that Roland relayed, and is just anxious, I guess, about the situation and wants to leave and go to her parents with Roland and confirm everything's okay. But she also has the conflicting feeling of needing to stay here with the children. Is there anything else that you want that you can get from Detect Thoughts?
Yeah, so let me find out. I think that I can. Yeah, so there's. I think there are a few other things that I learn. Let me. I think I find out if there's anything that it loves. If there's anything that's looming large in its mind, and I think I heard that.
Yeah, she loves her family, which is why she's scared of their well-being right now from everything that Roland conveyed.
So I get its emotional state. She's worried. Something that looms large in its mind. It's family and the children. Worries over loves or hates. Yeah. I think that covers it. I'm going to just sort of stop focusing on her, and I'm gonna just sort of look over at Roland. I'm just gonna say, I think she's really your sister. I look back at her and I'm just like, I'm so sorry.
She just kind of nods and looks to Roland and says, I'm 100% me.
I'm pretty sure I just told all of our deepest, darkest secrets to a person impersonating you last night.
She just inhales a bit. Our mother and father are okay.
Yes, I think they're fine. Their mother's upset.
Are they actually?
She's upset, but she's not like injured. I think they're staying at grandmother's while the house is a crime scene.
She just kind of nods.
You're safe, right? Like, if someone were to come attack you, you'd be fine. You're very capable. Yeah?
I'm somewhat capable. More capable than you. And she just kind of, like, half-heartedly does an elbow nudge.
Yeah. Yeah. That is very true, and I'm very grateful for that.
Are you okay?
I brought...
And she kind of like holds you and just kind of looks at your eyes.
I certainly am not.
She just, without a word, just like brings you in for a hug and just holds you and nuzzles her head against yours.
This is nice. Together. No, you're going to help protect mother and father and yourself, and I'm going to have to go and fix this on my own, is what we're going to do.
Well, I'll try and get in touch with someone who can take over. I want to be with mother and father. I can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. Maybe try to match up timelines when you see them. Maybe try to figure out how long the impersonator was there. If it's been a long time, or it's just been since we came. Or, I don't know. Maybe find out if mother and father told them anything.
She just nods in agreement. Okay. Would you mind all staying here for a bit? I'm going to run over to Stone to see if I can speak to Matron Meldeer, to see if she can, if she has someone to. And you can see her like pinching the bridge of her nose as she's thinking, yeah, someone may be able to come and take over for the day as I relay what you just told me, the news.
Thank you, sister.
I'll be back shortly.
Sorry.
And she heads out and like heads off into the direction of the Stone Orphanage.
Roland, your sister's a really wonderful person.
Better than I am, for sure.
She cares a lot about you.
Well, that's good to know. I care about her too. Thank you, Rita. I'm sorry for the awkwardness of this, but it is good to be sure.
I mean, mostly when I do that, it's like into the minds of like really weird, maybe alien creatures, like the Gloomer last night was. She's just really nice.
Nice to be in the mind of someone good.
Yeah.
In a moment, not in a moment, in like a few minutes, because she has to walk there, but she comes back and you see Matron Meldeer like inch behind her, like a little bit of a faster pace, and you know they're a little out of breath, and she says, Matron Meldeer will take over my duties for the teaching for today, and she has someone that can assist her. Tegan's gonna help around at the orphanage. Thank you again, Matron Meldeer. And Matron says, no problem, my dear. And she just kind of nods towards you guys and makes her way. Children. what have we here? And Cassandra, what have you been doing with these kids?
So I start off with the magic tricks, and then I show them. Of course, they want to know how to do the tricks, and I show them like how to take a coin out of a bag. And I'm like, but we only do that to people that are really bad people. And they probably come into that part.
Oh, I love
10
that.
hours ago, I yelled at a kid for taking coins out of my bag, and now I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing.
Only to bad people.
Life is a circle. For funsies, make a sleight of hand check with advantage because these are kids.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. Whoa!
Nice.
Damn. The kids just stare at you blinking like they didn't see what happened the first time round, and you're doing it in slow motion explaining what just happened, and they're completely enraptured. They got big eyes, saucer eyes, as Matron Maldear comes in. Oh, it seems we have some magic tricks. How wonderful, dear. Thank you so much for entertaining them for a bit until I came.
Of course.
Now, children,
Sorry.
please. Situate yourselves. Yes. Talfin, please. And she, goes in, and she starts to teach in front of the classroom. As Amerlin leaves out with you guys and she says, are you going to Mother and Father's place now?
We have some business to try to take care of. But I'm hopeful that we will check in tonight.
She nods her heads. She nods her head, not multiple heads. She nods her head and says, okay, we'll stay safe, brother. And she gives you another hug and squeezes you tight. And then let's go and goes towards the direction.
We walk with you for a little bit, though. I feel that might be safe.
Lovely. So what have you been up to, brother?
I look at Rita. You sure this one's okay to talk to, yeah?
Well, she did sort of walk away and come back.
If you need to read my mind again, I am open to that weird feeling.
I don't think that's necessary at this point.
Very well.
She did say again, so she's aware that you read her mind the first time. Probably the same person.
Seems a very big coincidence if it was not. Came back with the matron too, and I can't know.
I don't wish for you all to feel uncomfortable, so if that needs to be done. She just kind of looks towards you guys expectantly.
I assume that burns a spell slot.
It would. It's concentration for 1 minute, but this seems like longer than a minute to me.
Yeah. Let's just tell her the basics. We've been adventuring. We trained under Ilaria.
And I'll recount a lot of things. I do not tell her about the vault or the necromancer or the eye, but I do tell her about the different monsters we faced and the gloomers and the trip to the Feywild. I do not tell her about the hand, but I tell her about the Scarlet Sash, and I tell her about. Leave out just a few key details, but for the most part, I kind of tell her all about our journey so far.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And she's just listening and just kind of looking towards all of you guys. And she kind of chimes in once or twice. Says, "Oh, geez. Well, thank you all for keeping my brother safe."
Roland's kept us safe too.
I'm sure he has. And she smiles warmly towards you, Roland.
You know, there was one time when
No.
we were being attacked by a bunch of goblins, and he just took care of all of them in like one spell. They were all just decimated.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was like a
There
whole
was
squad
also-
of them.
There was also that one time where we were fighting
Okay.
an owl bear. What?
Oh, that's not a good
Nice
one.
things.
Oh, okay. This is the where we hide things. Okay, got you.
Hide what exactly?
Oh, the stories that we told your parents. Apparently, they were not appropriate.
Ah, they were filtered, I assume. She just kind of chuckles.
Hmm.
She reaches here, kind of like towards the home that you guys are at once. At this point, she kind of notices the guards that are like kind of in the area, preventing any entrance into the actual home itself, as well as just like keeping like a normal crime scene. And she kind of looks towards this area, and you can see her brows furrow again, and she, like, the worry is very apparent on her face. Well, I go speak to and see if they're still there speaking with the city guard, but I assume you said you have your own task to do. You'll be on your way.
Is my grandparents' house real nearby here?
They would be... They are probably a little bit less wealthy than you guys, but get some support from your family. So they're actually probably in Hellhound's village.
Right.
So Hellhound's is over here.
Like way up there.
Yeah,
Well, this part is part of Hellhound, so it's like just the west side of the city.
Maybe she can stick around us a little bit and not like walk on her own. Like maybe you just want to hang out for a little bit, and as we like go up to Magic Mike's, maybe we can part then instead of. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna die or get kidnapped or something. We have to let her go.
I gotta go up to Sunburst, which is just north of here.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
go
everybody
get
goes
my
to their gate.
I want to go get my my armor back.
Yeah, and my studded armor.
The armor
Those
that
are-
you don't wear, Rita.
Well,
It's pretty now. She'll wear it.
I'm gonna wear armor now that I have like good armor.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Amber, what do you prefer? Do you want us to wait for you and then we can all like walk together, or do you want to just go directly to grandparents?
Well, I'm a bit worried. I'd like to see how they are immediately.
Do you have any way of like letting us know if you're in danger or anything?
So she is, since she's your backup character, you said you were gonna play her as a cleric?
Yeah.
Tarvik, what do you have for your spells? It would be
Oh,
like the same.
I have sending.
Okay,
You
then
can
yes.
Clarice can prepare sending.
Then yes, she can sending you.
Okay. You will tell us right away if anything happens. Yeah.
Of course, rolling.
I give her a hug.
She hugs you back and gives you an extra tight squeeze at the end. And she kind of holds you back a little bit after the hug and looks towards your hair and starts to flatten it down a little bit. Roland, I know you must be so frazzled by this situation, but be well, brother. And she just like continues to try and pat it down and increasingly looks a little bit confused as to why it's not sticking down, but she lets it go.
I think I'm possessed.
She kind of squints her eyes at that last statement. She's just like looking at you, her eyes a little bit squinty and confused.
We'll talk about it later. Be safe. And we'll walk off to Sunburst, I think.
Tarvik, with your passive, she just like keeps looking at Roland with like a very quizzical look, and then after a beat heads into the home and like starts to talk to a guard and going inside.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So,
Fine.
Senberts. Yeah.
Yes.
We probably don't need those lines anymore, do we? Well, I guess this was the most recent one, was it?
No, this was old. I can delete them
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all get up towards here, towards Sembert's Hubberks. And you hear like the standard metal clinking. As you go in, you feel like the heat from the metalworking that's being done, and you see Sembert there by the flame, just kind of like working.
Sunbert! Here to pick up our orders.
Oh, lovely. You're just in time. And he goes and shuffles and starts to get your items, and he places them in front of you. How do these look? Beautiful.
Is the studded armor halfling sized?
It is. It is appropriately sized.
Great.
I pull out my longsword and hold it up next to the breastplate, and I'm just gonna compare sort of the snake motif and whether they match and look good together.
They do look. He did a very good job on these.
Oh,
It
this is
looks like it was a
fantastic!
set.
Oh, you did it! Oh, Simbert!
Don't want to toot my own horn, but these are buttes.
We'll have to remember you anytime we need armor in the future.
Kind of, he like winks a little bit at you guys, but he's bad at winking, so he like kind of does like just a double blink. He says, "That's right. Remember Simbert."
Very nice. Thank you so much.
And if you got any friends, let them know to come here too. I'll take care of them just like I did you folks.
I'm gonna go ahead and start donning the breastplate.
Just right there. Just drop it that you have.
I mean, it just goes over the top, basically. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks mighty fine good on you.
I am so happy. Thank you so much.
Pleased to do business with you folks.
Awesome. Okay. Alright. I've led us this far. Someone else take the lead. Are we going Magic Mike's?
Do we want to go to the market first and see about the market board or whatever it was?
Yeah, there's something there in the quests or maybe clues. I remember saying that we should check it out. Also, M&M's has magical stuff. We wanted to.
But that's down south. I think we probably should try magical Michael's first.
Mm-hmm.
Some then Max.
Okay.
So where are you guys heading? This way? What's happening? Where are you guys going? That way? Market? Okay.
Yeah.
I see a ping at the market. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way. Oh, why isn't it? Reading? There we go. And you pass by, and as you reach towards the market, it starts to get a little bit busier, and a lot more people are just kind of like meandering the streets. You pass by like a crier, like a town crier, which is like a small boy, and he basically has like a bunch of print newspapers, like one sheet only, and he's like, "This early morning, we had some death creatures slayed by some young adventurers coming through. The city might be saved. Hear all about it. 1 copper, 1 copper. You might see some strong folks strutting around here. 1 copper. Read all about it. Read all about it. Crime is going up in the city."
I'll take one of those.
"Thank you, ma'am." And he gives you a piece of paper, and it's basically like what's on it is it talks about a group of 4 adventurers who had slayed the death creatures, and it talks about how strong they were and how that they're here in the city and that they might be here to help clean up the problems that the city is having, and that the city outlook is positive. And then you also see news about increased crime rates and warnings to not go out at night and stay vigilant about your belongings, and trying not to drink as much, as there have been some tavern brawls and also people being accosted in the streets from inebriants. And then you also read a little bit about some of the political news. And so some of the snippets that you gain from here, though there isn't much detail, is just about there is some tension between the city of Duras and Bornolder. And that there are the disappearances that are across all cities, not just Duras. And so there is mention of those things as well.
What was the name of the other city?
Bornolder. Let me send it to you so you have the spelling. And let me see, where is this? Because I always mess up the spelling too. So I need to go back to where I wrote it and copy it. Perfect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This will be thrown in chat on my second account.
Gotcha.
Do we know anything about that city? Have we been there?
All of you make a history check.
Rita is a little bit too busy reading and rereading the section about the 4 adventurers.
Does it say Death's Witness?
It doesn't, but that's okay.
We had the Spanish.
We made it into the newspaper,
Really cool.
guys.
You gotta put that in your book.
So, wait, Tarvik, you did yours at disadvantage?
I just did that by accident. It's just a normal 20. Unless I'm at disadvantage for some reason.
No. I don't have... At least it's not showing up, Cassandra nor Rita.
Oh, I should be at normal, so it should be 7. But...
I'm
I see it.
I'm not making a check. I'm preoccupied.
You're too preoccupied. I love it.
I'm distracted by Rita.
So, Tarvik, you know Bornolder to be a place that is full of... God, why is the race escaping me? Not gnomes, not halflings, dwarves. A dwarven city that is northeastern to Duras. Though you probably haven't been in your travels, you do know that they are almost like the last city that is kind of up in this northern area. Same with Duras. Like, these 2 cities are like the 2 main cities up north, and they have like an alliance, though you're not quite sure what the details of that alliance are. You know that they are close cities. Roland, you know this information, as well as the fact that that hold on, sorry, my notes, oh my gosh.
Cromwell?
Yes, thank you. Cromwell hails from Bornolder.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention that to the group.
Oh. Cromwell did say there's some trouble with the city or something.
He had to go home, suddenly.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he has a piece of the vault puzzle.
He also has my sword.
Oh, yeah.
But you have a new sword now.
No, I have a sword that is mine, and I allowed Cromwell to use it, and then he just ran off with it.
Well, I feel like we really only have time to deal with one city's problems at a time right now.
Yeah. That's fair.
And realistically,
I should
probably not
send
even
to
all of the
Cromwell and
cities.
Try to figure
So,
out what he's doing with my sword.
And maybe save that for the end of the day.
Fine.
I mean, you can if you want. I'm not holding back, Rita.
So you guys bought a paper from the town crier, and you guys are getting now into the throng of the market. You do see in the middle of the market a very large circular post, where you do see a lot of postings here, and this is the notice board. In addition to these posts, there are smaller pamphlets, many of people's faces drawn with missing person text, and the text also indicating that found persons or clues should be taken to Shield Station.
Greenhouse wants adventures. Interesting. Looks like the missing persons are all different types. I was hoping there would be some link between them.
I feel like Tarvik's like scanning those and just trying. I don't know if we can even tell this. Like, does one seem more recent than the others?
Yeah, so you find all of them to be varying degrees of oldness. So some are newer, some are older, and you can tell based on like the crinkling and the curling of the parchments, as well as like running text.
Okay, so
I think
Magic Michael has a notice on here.
Oh, I was misspelling that in my notes. It's
Yeah,
all
I thought
one word.
Those two
Yeah.
words. Mr. Michael. And then there's also help wanted from Greenhouse and help wanted at the Edged Blade.
I think the Edged Blades is probably a good lead for us.
I thought it was Egid's. And it's like his
Egid's Blades, yeah.
Because
Because
And
we went
then
there
the-
once.
when were we there?
On our initial shopping trip, I think we were looking for something for Tarvik.
Yeah, we were looking at weapons, and he didn't really have anything, as far as I could tell.
But it says not related to city person. So maybe it doesn't have anything to do with like the other missing people.
Yeah, but
Well, how do you know?
But what if
mean-
it's related to your sister thing?
like you know, as important as Duras is, like, we're not going to find the eye here. So the fact that this guy is going to have us travel to somewhere else where the same stuff is happening, we might be able to learn something new there.
Okay.
That's speculation. It's not really anything to go off of.
Yeah.
That's,
We also don't know if the
it's
greenhouse.
something.
Yeah, the greenhouse wants protection. Maybe they're traveling too.
Yeah. It's just those three then.
I'm sorry, like the Grain House. There's one of these that's on here that's just like it's in a different language or something, but like I don't see anything about the Grain House.
Bottom left.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's like
The curtain.
what
It's
is that? Is that Elven?
that is very fancy writing for sure. I don't think it's Elven though.
Strong adventurers adept at protection and investigation. Notify someone, some servant of Greenhouse.
Door servant.
Doors?
I mean, if
Your
Roland's
door
the only
servant.
person who can read this, I'm pretty sure it's Elvish.
Tarvik can read Elven, so in theory Tarvik could read it, but I can't read it because I'm blind. But
I
What is
think
the
it's rich people, Rita.
Chair of interest. What's the last thing say? Chairs? Chair.
Just chair of interest. The
Chair.
greenhouse chair of interest.
Okay, that makes sense. That's like his title. Notified
Yeah.
door within greenhouse chair of interest. Okay, never mind. That was fun.
Cassandra really wouldn't know cursive that well, but I could read it.
Yeah.
In game, those roles were reversed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, at the very least, I guess we could check on all of those jobs to see.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I
Well,
do
let's
think.
start with Michael Dune. We already head that way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I do think that whatever, going off of what Rita said, the eye may not be here, but
Mhm.
I think we can gather information if we shut down wherever these things are coming from and attacking the city from, if that makes sense. Because clearly these are not naturally occurring. So if there's someone there, that's information. That's more information than we would get from going somewhere else and doing the same thing.
I agree. I think it's definitely worth investigating as it's clearly all tied together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Magic Michaels.
Yes.
Yes, Michael. He's got some great craft selections. I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yes.
All
All
right.
right, we'll head that way.
So you guys push through the market throng, and you see a various assortment of vendors situated, just kind of yelling out the different wares and the different items that they're selling. As you push your way through, I want to point out a couple of things. To your left, you see the patio, Roland, and you're familiar with the patio. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. There's so many things in Jaws. Oh my gosh, guys. Alright, market. Yeah, you know the patio to be the public hanging area. So every day there are hangings that are happening here. And you see it's about morning-ish, so yeah, there are some fresh hangings that are happening right here through the patio, and you see the bodies just kind of like on their nooses. Hanged over there. And then you also go towards and past the central street, which is up here, and you're familiar with the central street being, I think this was a bar, but let me just double check. Yes, it is an inn and tavern. And you know that this is more
I will
of
take
like
note
a
of that for later.
This is more of like a low-key, kind of rowdy inn and tavern, as it's located in a more central, like, open to everyone type of area, as is the market area. That's what it's kind of known for. It's just everyone just kind of mishmashed in here. And so you kind of like make your way through here, some houses, like a residential area, and you go off to the very, very edge of the city here, where there is a very large, like, why am I missing the word? Gate in front of you. It's like a very stone, kind of squarish gate that has like a very singular door in it, which doesn't necessarily match with how huge this structure is. I would say, like, width-wise, it's about 15 feet, and then height-wise, it's like 30 feet, and it's really odd. No, it's more like 50 feet. It's very odd because you kind of like take a look, you take a sidestep around it, and you see that it appears to be only a depth of like 10 feet, and you're a little bit confused as to how someone just kind of lives in this really weird, like, rectangle shaped space. And you see like the singular door that just kind of seems a little bit out of place.
Knock on the door?
You knock on the door. You wait a little bit. There doesn't appear to be a response.
It's clearly some magical shit. Roland? Rita?
Yeah.
Magical shit? Okay. I'll go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and can you throw that in? I think there was a statement in there about 1 foot of stone, right?
I'm sure that there is.
Uh-huh.
And when Rita does this, like, she just sort of like takes a second to like she takes her hand up to her eyes and she sort of like closes them for a second, and then when she sort of pulls her hand away, her eyes they look different. They have no pupil or iris, and they're the color of pitch, and they have a texture now. They look like they're compound.
Interesting. I love
Very
that
cool.
description. So as you go ahead and cast Detect Magic, you notice that there is Abjuration Magic, and it appears to be across this entire structure that you're looking at, this like rectangular structure. But
Yep,
beyond that,
this
you
is-
don't notice anything.
This is definitely a magical building. It's observed, so it's whoever's inside doesn't want us to get in.
Okay. Inquiring about the market board posting. I was gonna yell out.
We're good finders, I guess.
You call out these responses. You wait a beat, and you don't hear anything.
We're at the shop.
Was
I
there?
don't know. Is there a knob on the door?
Yes, there appears to be a doorknob.
I'm gonna turn it. Try to open the door.
You try and open the door, and it appears locked.
Are there any
I
like?
can try to unlock it.
I mean, a locked door has never gotten in your way before.
Start pulling out my thieves' tools and looking at you.
Thumbs up. Just double thumbs up.
Did
Go
you?
for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yep.
I'm just being sure. It was lighting up for me for whatever reason. Did you say there were like no windows or anything? Just this one door?
No windows. There's this like single small door, and then everything else appears to be like some type of stone rectangular structure.
Just
When
gonna
you peer
have, like, a
beyond
keyhole.
it appears to be like a 10-foot width. Wait, not width. Depth. 10-foot depth. And then a 15-foot width with a 50-foot height.
Does the door have a keyhole?
Yes, it does. It appears like not like on the knob itself, but like in the door itself.
Okay. I'm gonna try thieves' tools.
Okay. Go ahead
Sure, I
roll
wanna see.
that. You go ahead. Describe this for me.
I'm just gonna like ask Tarvik to stand behind me while I do
Alright,
this.
I stand in front of the door awkwardly.
Behind his back, I'm just gonna start fiddling away with the. I might have to be on my tippy toes. I don't know how high up this.
It's like a
Hole
regular
is.
sized door, so
Okay, so
yeah,
should be fine. So it's right about eye level for me. I guess.
perfect
Poking
height.
around with it, yeah. And hopefully it clicks.
As you go in and start working with your tools, you start to hear like the tumblers go, and you hear like the click, the initial click. You're like, yes, this is going smoothly. Next click, yes. And then there's a third click, and then like a ka-chunk, and it doesn't sound very good. And then go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Yay.
Very nice. So you take. Well, I rolled very low. So you take half of 13, so take 6 points of lightning damage. As soon as you hear that kerchunk, you see like this like this bright light shooting from the keyhole, and it like zaps you kind of through your thieves' tools as you let go very quickly, but still getting a little bit of damage, and you see like a little bit of lightning burns on your hands.
It's trapped.
Hmm. Well, I guess that's it then. Did the thing
can't be
say anything else? Like, did it just say like, like knock twice or something like that?
We should have it in our thing.
We
right?
do. We do.
Is the house still abjured after the trap went off?
Detect magic. How long does that last for? 10 minutes?
It's like
Yes,
10
it
minutes.
is on.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that'd probably happen again. I mean, we can like go around the building, see if there's another door, but I don't know. Maybe we just need to come back like later, or maybe Magical Mike just doesn't really need all our help.
Let's try walking around the building first. See if there's another way in.
Maybe this is like he needs exceptional finders of things. Maybe
He said
our first hint is to find the door.
That might be it.
Nope.
Well, we're gonna try to find the door.
I'll start knocking on the walls.
I can like levitate someone up to their roof. I don't know.
Why don't? I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe we start with the base level, and if we don't find anything there, then we go start looking at the weird places like the roof and.
Right, let's walk around it first.
Okay. Who's walking around?
I'll walk around.
Yeah, I'll walk around too.
Okay. So the pair of you start walking around. Make perception checks for me.
1 second.
Should like 2 of us go one way and the other 2 go the other way?
Yeah, like I figured we were gonna break up a little bit, but like trying to. It's a small enough building, so.
Okay.
Right, me and Tarpon go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want everyone to roll perception?
Yes. Anyone who's walking around, make a perception check for me. So, Rita, you find a really pretty flower that is on the grass, and it's like beautiful. And
I pluck it and put it in my hair with the green feather.
Wonderful. It's like a white at the base from the inside, and it gradients into like a dark purple. It is gorgeous. The other 3 of you, as you walk around, you don't notice any doors, but you do see from the back of this wall what appears to be, at least at eye level from where you guys were looking, there appears to be like a very imperceptible indent where it appears to be some type of handhold of sorts.
So maybe we do need to go onto the roof.
It's like a climbing handhold.
It appears to be.
Can I use my? How high up is it?
It's like 50 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna use my ring of jumping to jump. Well, actually, I don't think I can get 50 feet. Is there no other I gotta look that up. I know I can get 50 feet long, but I don't think I can get that high. Is there does it appear like there are any other handholds, or does it look like it's just that one?
As you guys look up and you start moving towards, I'll use your same perception rolls. As you start moving, like your head's a little bit towards, you like catch a little bit of a gleam in the wall structure, and you notice a bit more, like one more additional handhold, like up to the right a little bit of the original one. And then you continue to look for it, and you do see there appears to be incrementally handholds that go up.
Well, I guess we could try it. One of us.
I'm
Just
good at
one?
climbing.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead then.
If you fall, I'll catch you.
I'm just really fast at it, apparently. But I will. Whatever roll you want me to make, I'm gonna
No movement.
try and climb
Yep. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
Nice. As you start like looking for these handholds, I would say all of you kind of point out, each of you finding like some and then missing some, but the other person, completes the picture for you. You start grabbing at these handholds and you make your way up. And as soon as you get up to the roof, it is really weird in terms of perception. You've climbed up and you like hoisted yourself up onto the roof. However, once you set foot on the roof, it's like your vision has tilted sideways. So you are now, instead of standing on top of the roof, you are staring at what should be the roof, but it appears like you were standing on the ground and are facing directly down into this like rectangular structure. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah,
Yes.
like gravity is sideways, kind of.
Yes, but you
Okay.
are like facing directly down, even though that is the roof. So your perception is like completely tilted.
Yeah. And do I feel like I'm gonna fall or anything, or I feel?
No,
Wow.
you're like on the
Alright.
lip. So there's like a lip, towards the edge of this roof, and so as you're on that lip, like that's when the perception kind of switches, and you don't feel like you're gonna fall.
Okay. I'll just warn the rest of the group. It gets a little magical weirdness up here.
Should we come up?
Yeah, come on up. It seems safe. Just weird. I could actually. I have a rope, so I can. Is there anything I can tie a rope to help them?
Up here, it's pretty bare.
Okay. I'll just hang on to a rope, tie it around myself, and drop it down. It's only 50 feet. I think the building is 50 feet though.
50,
so.
yep.
So it'd be like minus 5 feet for what's wrapped around me.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. All right, that will give whoever is climbing advantage. But Cassandra, make a athletics check.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty good for -1.
I tell the other two, I am not climbing that. I am going to float up. If anyone would prefer to be carried, being floated up instead of climbing, we can try that. But I am not climbing that.
I think I want to give a shot at climbing.
Yeah, I'll try climbing at least.
Okay. You two go first. That way, if it doesn't work and we need to float up, we can think about that.
Yeah.
Also, I will also catch you if you all fall.
Great.
I would love to see Roland catch Tarvik.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I almost was like Tarvik almost smiles at the idea of Roland catching Cassandra when Tarvik's standing right there. But
Yeah.
If you all say that out loud, it's a spell. I want to clarify. It is a spell I'm going to catch you with.
Yes, that makes more sense.
Yes.
All right, guys. So your climb and make rolls for me. Acrobatics for both of you with advantage.
Acrobatics. Ugh.
Rita, you make it up very easily. Cassandra, you're barely feeling any pull from the rope. Tarvik, you get like halfway, and then Cassandra, you like get lunged forward towards the edge as Tarvik kind of slips his grip a little bit, and then like drops a little bit before Tarvik, make a dexterity, your choice of a strength saving throw or a dexterity saving throw.
I'll take strength.
All right.
It's just normal. 17.
Nice. Drops down about like a couple of feet before he like kind of digs his hand into the stone handhold and like grabs himself and then makes his way back up. All three are up there now. Rita, Tarvik, and Cassandra.
I will cast Levitate and I will float up and join them.
Beautiful. Gracefully, Roland just kind of floats up and touches slightly onto the ground. And Roland, as soon as your feet touch down on the ground, you revert to like the sideways view. It's like very jarring, the switch for all of you. It's like one moment you expect something and then all of a sudden you're like flipped.
We're looking, for us looking straight ahead, we're actually looking down. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we standing on like a little thing that would be like from a normal person's perspective, like upright, and we're like on like a weird like edge of like the parapet of the roof or something?
Yes, exactly. So like imagine like a rooftop of like a skyrise where, you know, they have some like I don't know, like 5 feet of like where you can put your arm, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys are standing on that, but you're like facing down onto the rooftop. But to you it looks like you're facing straight.
Alright.
Cool.
Is there a door?
There is a door in front of you, and it is like etched in with the same stone. It doesn't appear to like the regular eye unless you guys are very close. You can see there is an outline of a door, though there is no handle here. It just looks like an outline of a door. But I think that is where we will end tonight's session, with you guys in front of a door.